Spawn. You sent me to hell, Jason. I'm here to return the favor. I'm feeling strange, trapped in the grave. All alone, I rot in my own skin. So serious I say, a choking restraint. The perfect flame lays down my own name. Hell's rising. Hell's rising. The scars remain, a deeper to see. A blood field, blind and resource. From bitter I cling to the ones that remain. Exile without reason. The time to kill the feelings we feel this. We someone is clear to blow. We're building the power, strengthening the arm. And building the wall. Welcome to your demonstration. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Spawn Review, episode 39. Tonight, we're going to be looking at Medieval Spawn number 1. And I'm excited and interested to see what you guys think about this issue out there. And I'm sure if we get the rest of the panel in, I don't know who's coming in today. I think Paul's going to be out. I'm not sure about anybody else. So if they come in, we're going to figure it out. But if not, Sean and I are going to break this down. And I think we're going to come to an interesting conclusion about this issue and if we want to go forward with it. But before we do that, before we get started, Sean,
Joey,
how's it going, man? How's it going?
It's going good, brother. It's going good. Had a good weekend. Papa John came to visit. Did some signing of Graveyard Shift Volume 5.
Saw that, yeah.
It was just like between me, him, and Mark. It was like a bunch of buddies just hanging out,
jerking each other. Oh, yeah.
Well, that was. But no, it was a good time. Like it's just like talking about art and stuff. On Thursdays, 8 p.m. on Joe's channel. But no, it was cool. I've been working on Type 1 pages. Got some pages back from Dan. Thank God. So we'll reschedule what we had planned last week for down the road in a couple of weeks. But I'm good. How about you? What's good in your world?
I am doing good. It was a busy day. I got off work, picked up my wife and daughter, and then we went out to the softball game. This was my daughter's second softball game. Nice. If you guys didn't catch the Ronan Joe show last night, I talked about my daughter had her first softball game on Saturday, and it was cold as hell, and I was proud of those girls for gutting through it and doing what they had to do to play the game. Tonight was a beautiful night. Beautiful weather, nice breeze in the 70s, softball, baseball weather, and the girls went out there and showed a big improvement from game 1 to game 2, and it's just fun to see them out there, 5 and 6 year olds running around, learning the game, getting confidence, and I get to be one of the assistant coaches on the field, so it was a fun night. So we got done with that. We raced here. No, not softball.
You don't whistle.
They don't whistle in softball.
Oh,
come on, man! You're a New Jersey guy. You should know this.
We don't play softball. We play baseball.
It's the same thing. For the most part, it's the same thing. Anyway. Anyway, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I didn't know if I was going to make it tonight on time. And we hustled home and jumped down here, got this thing going. And here we are ready to roll and look at Medieval Spawn number 1. One thing that disappointed me, I did want to kind of open up my Kickstarter Medieval Spawn toys that came, but I did not have time to prep it. So I don't know if we're going to do it this episode, but I wanted to do it while we were looking at this episode. We might have to wait to do that and just make a whole show out of the Medieval Spawn Kickstarter toys that came next week, maybe.
Is it the same size as the first one?
I don't know because I haven't opened it. I keep it. I was going to do an unboxing, so I haven't opened it at all, and I keep waiting for the opportunity, and I haven't got it to you. So I don't know, but I think maybe Christopher Bouchard, who's in the chat right now, got his. I think it was talking about, posted a picture, and it looks pretty badass. Speaking of the chat, let's say hey to the chat real quick. We got Mark Pengrim
Yeah.
Coming in hot at number 1 in the chat says, looking forward to seeing what you guys thought of this issue. Well, we will definitely tell you. But my friend, you are number 1 in the chat and number 1 in our hearts. That makes you.
You're number 1.
Yes, sir, it does. Yes, sir, it does. We also have member of the channel, Cosmic Studios, Heath Ward, in the house. What's going on, brother? Of course, our members are here. We got to play this.
What are you doing up there?
Oh my God! I'm sorry! I can't stop coming! I'm sorry! Oh, it feels so good!
Oh, yeah. It feels so good for the members in the chat tonight. Sheldon Martin, member of the channel as well, says, yeah. Good to see you, brother. Dennis Kelly. Sup, Joe, Sean, and the chat. What's going on here, my friend? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Like I said before, we have Christopher Bouchard. Says, hail, Joe and Sean. It looks like my copy of Reaper Destroyer will be in my hands tomorrow.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Yes, about time, man. I'm excited. Let me know what you think of it. I've been seeing, we've been sending out different waves of books over the last few weeks. I see people posting it on Facebook or not Facebook, posting on X that they got it. You know, I love that. So if you guys get the book, post it on X, tag me in it. Let me know what you think of it. Good or bad, I'll take it all. I just want to know. Appreciate. Oh, shit. Yeah, exactly. Hail, the Lord's in the house.
What's up, brother?
It has been a busy Monday. Hope all is well. Well, nice. You too, my friend. And it has been a busy Monday. I feel you. Hail, or pizza. Pizza says hello. Hello to you, my friend. Guys, do me a favor. Wherever you're at, share out the stream. Let people know that we're live, whether you're on X or whether you're on YouTube. Let people know we're live. We're talking Spawn. We're talking good comic book conversation. Get in here and let's rock and roll. Please come to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Comment if you can before and after the show. Comment on the shorts. Comment on the clips. Help grow the channel if you can. We appreciate you guys as always. Let's get jumping into this. As I've wasted enough time, see if anybody else is going to jump in. It might just be the two of us, so let's rock and roll.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. I don't really know the song, but let's get into it. Rick Sala is
in what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Be.
All right. Oh, still got a little bit of that cough going on.
Oh, no. He's got the clap.
Oh, it's definitely the clap. You know it. All right. Well, it could be that too. Let me get this situated here. It's a little bit bigger on the screen so we can all see it and experience the beautifulness of it. Okay, that's as big as I can get it. Oh, well. All right, Medieval Spawn number 1. Written by McConville, who we know was the writer of Spawn there for a while. When we jumped in at issue 350, all the way to 360. When did Todd take over? 360?
Ish.
360-ish. So you have or is this the same guy? Rory? Was that his first name?
We haven't been acquainted.
Now I'm doubting myself. I thought it was the same dude, but Rory doesn't sound familiar. Anyway, art by Marco Itri? I don't know. Here's the thing about this book. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, don't skip this badass cover. This is a badass cover.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Of some of the covers that Spawn has put out in the Spawn universe, I have not been that. Yeah. This is badass. This is sick. I'm digging this a lot.
Good color palette.
Yeah, great pose. Good color palette. There's a black and white version of this I think they put out.
Oh yeah, it's rad as fuck. I think.
Yeah, I like the black and white better. Yeah.
Maybe.
The did Todd draw and somebody else ink it, or somebody ink it, or somebody draw and Todd inked it?
I believe somebody drew it and Todd inked it. Hold on, I saved it right here. Let me check.
Okay, yeah. Let me know because I don't want to skip to the end of this book and see all the pages, but they've got it. We'll show it off at the end, but Sean will let us know what's going on with that.
No,
but yeah, beautiful cover. They had another cover too. I wasn't too impressed with it, and I was like, I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Colors by Ulysses Aureliolia
Grant.
I don't know. Names I don't recognize. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I would have chose a different art team. I'm gonna do something different here since it's just me and Sean. Oh, Riley J. Draws is in the house. So he's not evil, he's medieval. I like that. My favorite Spawn design. Love the medieval look. Yeah, it is a sick look. It really is. It really is. I have to find the line art for this. It would be sweet to color. Yeah, I think you can. I've seen it posted around.
Do you want me to text it to you?
The line art?
Yeah.
No, it's in this file.
Oh,
I don't want to get because I'd have to go through the entire issue.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Todd inked over Matina.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's badass. They did a great job with it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna open up the story here. England, 1443.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that Sean and I were talking about that was interesting about the way that this book goes. This almost plays out like an issue 2.
Yeah.
Not an issue 1, because we get thrown right into the story, which I don't mind that. You know, if you guys have read Reaper Destroyer, I kind of throw you right into the story. It's a way to tell a story. I don't mind it, but I didn't know if this was playing off of something that was already established in like Scorched or anything. I'm not sure. Like, you know, was this an already, you know, because we've seen like what Gunslinger go back, the Tales of the Deadly Gunslinger go back and pick up where what Gunslinger Spawn 13 left off or whatever on that flashback and kind of, you know, dive back into something that was already established. So I didn't know if this was something that was already in the medieval Spawn lore, because I haven't spent a lot of time reading the Scorch books or anything else that might have medieval Spawn in it. Did you catch this? Did you catch a reference, or you kind of like me? We're just going into this issue kind of blind.
Blind. I haven't. Yeah, I went in blind.
Okay. The premise of this is they've been. It says right here. He's like, we've been riding through the treacherous conditions for 3 days with Cuthbert. When Cuthbert glimpsed a speck on the horizon and asked to investigate. Basically, you've got this party of bandits. I don't know what you want to call it. You know, you got medieval. I don't know. Again, some running theme with some of these books with Spawn lately. Like we looked at the Black Ritual Book of Nyx last week, or 2 weeks ago, and I think one of our questions were like, there's a lot of questions to these books, right? Unless this is already established lore that I don't know of, and if you guys know, please let us know. But if it's already established, I don't know about it. So we're coming right into the middle of like a story. I don't know why medieval Spawn is here. I don't know why he's leading this band of, I don't know if they're all knights, or if he's the only
merry men.
Merry men, yeah, it's kind of like Robin Hood's Merry Men. So I don't know what exactly is going on. I just know that they've been going through the snow for 3 days, and they come across this boy, and the way it's kind of, this whole book is kind of in a past tense, right? It's being narrated by medieval Spawn in a kind of a past tense as he's telling the story. Mm-hmm. And basically they find this kid, and right off the bat they're like, you know, if I'd known the trouble this kid was going to bring, you know, I would have left him there, or I would have taken him out or something like that. Yeah. So right from the beginning, yeah, they're like, all right, there's something up with this kid. We have no idea what, but he explains the story. He's coming from a little village of like 200 people that was basically attacked, and everyone was left for dead. He escaped, and here we are. It so happens that this seems to line up perfectly with the guy that they are tracking down. His name is
Thaddeus.
That's right. Yes. He's a knight, apparently, who stole an amulet that we're going to find out. But this kid says, I was looking for help. My village has been overrun by a plague. Everyone there has been turned into demons. Dun, dun, dun. What do you think?
Okay, keep going, because my Shawnee senses don't tingle till like maybe another page or so. He's got to talk more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the setup. We go into the back, a little bit of a background, a story as this guy, as this kid. What was his name again? I keep forgetting this kid's name. Much better, my lord. Blah blah blah. John. Nice. No, yes. Spawn is John.
No. Oh yes.
He says, "You may call me John." I'm like, John, has that been established before? The medieval Spawn is John.
I don't know.
I'm so out on it. I'm like out of date on this character as far as what has been going on lately. And
I don't remember them bringing up his name. Like when like in the main book when Homeboy has an moment of medieval. Like yeah. I don't think they brought that up or what have you.
Okay. Well, this kid tells a story. Says that morning, part of my father's flock gone missing. I had been sent to look for them. And when I returned, the village had been transformed. I tried to find the other survivors, but I couldn't get close enough. Those demons were everywhere. I thought the best thing to do was to search for help. The nearest village is days away, though, and I fear the storm has led me astray. It's like, suck it up, kid. Figure this out.
Ouch.
Said, before the plague descended, had you noticed anything unusual in the village? And this is kind of where they jump into this knight character that they've been tracking. He says, there's a knight who arrived the night before. I didn't see him, but I overheard my parents talking about him. And that sparks these guys like, it's Fitzroy. Has to be.
Yeah, Thaddeus.
I just would assume that's what that guy sounds like. It's Fitzroy. Has to be. Who? His name is Sir Joffrey Fitzroy. Joffrey is a name I can't ever see not think of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like a gay little kid.
No,
yeah, offense to any gay little kids that watch. Yeah, a little shit.
Yeah, you do you know.
I ain't pushing, but be strong.
This was Sean and I both kind of had the same thought process when we were talking before we went live. One of my issues with this book, and I actually did enjoy the story in this book.
Yeah.
But one of my issues from the get-go was character and character design, right? We hear about this Joffrey Fitzroy, and I'm thinking like, okay, he's a knight. He should be probably pretty badass. And we get this design, and I'm just kind of like, old dude. Yeah, old dude in a hood. Sure, he's killed all the guys and stolen this amulet or whatever, but is there anything that screams to me like, oh man, this is an awesome, villain or opponent for medieval Spawn to be facing down?
Right.
I don't know.
I was a little disappointed in the visual design department. Like maybe as time goes on and we get to see what he's up to, like give him like a cool design, like whatever, like Mad Mardigan or whatever from
oh yeah. I mean, even that would be a cool design.
Yeah.
But you literally have this, and it plays into the story a little bit later when he talks about why he's doing what he's doing. I get it. He was a much more badass when he was younger. Okay,
fine. We all
exactly. I get that, but you still could have made a grizzled old knight just a cooler look, And I think overall the art is what bugs me about this book. Not so much the story. I think the story is okay. And we'll talk about ratings at the end when we get there. But visually, I had a hard time, and you guys know me, Sean and me, what we like to see out of comic book art. So I kind of had a hard time getting into the art of this book. But I was enjoying the story. I thought the story was pretty decent up to this point. It had been pretty, we're getting a mystery here. We're trying to figure out what's going on. But the art is just kind of hanging me up here. And when I saw this guy, I was like,
he should be a fucking baker.
A baker, you mean with this design?
Yeah.
What's up, Paul Sarts?
Yeah, my dude.
Fucking Spawn, yes sir.
Fucking you in the most awesomest way. Wait, no, you're the shit.
Oh shit. Yeah. So Mark Penguin said he was interested to see what we thought of this book. What about you guys in the chat? How many people actually got this book? Did you read it? Let us know as we're going through here if you actually dove into this book like we did. If not, we'll give you a breakdown. So we've been pursuing. Anyway, the point is he broke in, killed a bunch of guards, took this magical, this cursed amulet, and they've been tracking him down ever since. So we've been pursuing him since last night, but the storm has slowed our progression. Something about the village. He says, I don't know, but I intend to find out. We must move quickly. Now, I do like this panel. Like, it's just, good close up. I like the colors. Like that, actually, that's pretty solid. I dig that.
The rim lighting or the undertone, fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, when I say I don't like this art, it's not that it's bad art. Although this hand is kind of funky.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that's, I don't know. Like that's
I dig it. It's cartoony-ish. I like it. It's passable.
It's all right. It looks like his hand is like melting, like it's fluid, not solid.
It's like a reverse. Hey, and why am I going down this theme today?
What theme?
Like
hands,
or just
the the limpress. Hey,
he's like, come on.
But no, I did really. This is good coloring. This is really nice. It stuck out to me when I was looking at this.
Yeah.
and stuff like this. This is cool. You know, I got nothing against some of this stuff. It's just I'm gonna tell you the art style that I would have liked at the end of the book. I'm gonna see what Sean thinks too when I say this. What are you saying, Sheldon? He says, looks like the colors is working overtime, detailing everything. Also, Jennifer Love Hewitt is 46, born on February 21st.
Yo, oh my God. Like, I have
side tangent.
So many calluses because of that fucking woman growing up. Like, from fucking Kids Incorporated to her Barbie commercial. Like, I love her. Now, Mark Polton thinks she has a light bulb shaped of a head, but no, he is this.
What? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But I love her.
Dude, she was hot back in the day.
Like, yeah. Like,
oh,
God. Like, can we end this? I got shit I just thought of. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna jump, but thank you, Sheldon Martin, because I did ask the question. I watched the I Know What You Did Last Summer trailer last night on the Ronan Joe show, and I'd asked the chat. I was like, "How old is she?" I couldn't remember because I knew she was a similar age to us, but older. So I didn't know if she was like late 40s or 50s, but 46, not bad. And she looks good. No plastic surgery, looking good.
2-3 kids, you know. Like,
yeah, exactly. Natural, you know, natural aging. A mother. Yeah. Shout out Jennifer Love Hewitt. Still hot, still smashable.
No disrespect to her husband.
Yeah, no disrespect to my wife either, who I love very much and is gorgeous.
There's that.
All right, jumping back into the story here before I get myself in more trouble.
Yes.
They take this kid with him, which at first I was like, why would you take this kid back into the demon-infested village? But then I was like, well, what are you going to do? Just leave him in the cold to freeze to death? You know? I was like, you got pretty much safer. You got pretty much no choice but to bring him with. So I guess that wasn't too... At first I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But then I was like, no, I guess it does. I do not mean to speak out of turn, but I do not recognize your colors. Gang affiliated. Right off the bat. Like, what is this kid into?
He's fucking trying to crip walk on the fucking horse.
He said, whose banner do you fight under? He says, the colors are my own. I do not fight under anyone's banner. Basically kind of establishing that, you know, this dude's a loner. He's doing what he does. And what does he say here? I've served the king once, but I was released from my duties, which I'm assuming he was probably killed at that point. And came back as the medieval spawn. Now I simply go where I needed, and I fight up ahead. I don't know why I think that dude sounds like that, but that's what I think he sounds like. We got a good, again, I like this.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the art, but I like the, you know, the horses' heads look a little big and everything, but I just like the posing.
Yeah, one horse looks like a cow on the right. The head.
This one?
Yeah.
Right up here?
Yeah.
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 The horses are kind of funky. You know,
horses are hard though, man. Horses
are pitched to draw. Yeah. I've never attempted it. I probably never will.
Nah, that's why.
You know, that's why. Yeah, because you know, who wants to draw a horse? His hands look like a dancing raven. Oh,
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. The artwork has the same cartoony, simply style most of Marvel DC. That's a good shout out, man. And if you look at the names, and no offense, I'm not trying to say anything, but it looks like a foreign name, which seems to be the norm now for a lot of artists in the industry. A lot of companies are going after the foreign artists because they're cheaper. They absolutely are cheaper. And but there's no shade to them because there's a ton of fantastic artists that are foreign. You know, Oliver Saavedra, Fabio Simeo, those guys are Brazil, I think, and they're fantastic. Yeah, Goldman. Yeah, again, some fantastic talent. So I don't mind people going and getting foreign artists to come and do their books, not at all. But there's a certain style of comic book art that is becoming very prevalent nowadays. And that's fine. It's the era we live in, and it is what it is. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But yeah, this very much fits right in line with a lot of the stuff you see in this. There's nothing unique about it, right? You know, it's like you see it and you're like, I feel like I've seen it before.
Yeah.
The same kind of style, the same kind of inking. This is probably digital work. No shade to digital artists, but I'm just saying, like, it has like that.
Nice save.
Yeah, thank you. It has that kind of digital feel to it. That's just kind of like, you know, like, yeah, you're right. This definitely looks like something that would be in the Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
Horse on the right looks like a cow.
Right.
I actually do kind of like the art style, though. It's not bad. No. Again, I don't want to dog it and say it's bad art. There's some things that are off in the drawing, but that's anybody, right? We could
people got deadlines.
If you want to be an art critic, you could pull out errors in anybody's work, my work, whatever. You can find it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the art is fine. It's just not the style I would have picked for this particular story. But we get this as Kids Village, and we get this kind of like organic
Resident Evil.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because before we went live, Sean brought up that this kind of felt like a mix between like The Last of Us and Resident Evil, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were absolutely inspired by those kind of shows and games when they were doing this scene, because it really plays out like that kind of visual feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it works for me personally. Like if I was designing this and I was thinking this was taken over by demons, I would have a much different design, I think, of all the stuff that's covering the village and the demons themselves when we actually see it. But it's doable. So we're going in. That's it. Medieval spawns like, I fear not. I do not know what awaits us inside. I will not hold it against any of you if you decide, or if you wish not to join me.
I would have been like, dip, I'm out.
Yeah, I'd have been like, dude, you seem like you're a little bit more than just human. I think you got this. We're gonna sit out here. We're gonna watch the horses. We're gonna take care of the kid. You let us know.
Pink snot everywhere. It looks dangerous. Maybe a little contagious. Like, I'm gone, my guy.
Yeah, deadline art probably is. And again, no shade to that. Go throughout the history of comics, even in the 90s, you're gonna see deadline art.
Yep.
And it's part of comic books.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm not going to sit here and be an art critic. I'm just kind of pointing out some things that I didn't necessarily like. Michael Pritchard's in the house says, hello everyone. I think, or is this Spawn ASMR? It could be. Kayla was here. I'm sure it would be.
Was it? Wait, isn't that like when you make weird noises for people?
Yeah, isn't that like
off?
I don't know. Kayla could do it. Yeah, she knows how to do it. I'd never heard of it until she brought it up. So
he's like it. Never. I'm not
gonna. Anyway, these guys are firmly behind medieval Spawn, and they're gonna go in here and go to their deaths.
He's like, be ready for anything. I would be like, let's put a pause. Like, what do you mean anything?
Like, that's a great point. Like, when you say anything, like, do you have an idea in mind about what it might be that we're gonna face? It just dawned on me too. You got this badass medieval Spawn design. He's all armored up. You know what I'm saying? Not an inch of him is exposed to anything. He's got this shield and this badass sword, and everybody behind him is just like the least amount of armor, generic weapons that you could ever have going into be ready for anything statement.
Yeah, it's like Monty Python's at its best, Just like, it's like we're gonna.
I'd be like, yo, dude, you get the front. I mean,
why don't you go in first?
Yeah, we go in first and let us know.
You 5.
We'll clean it up. We'll
I
give you broom. 5.
My sword works as a broom as well.
Okay. I could understand the boy's frustration, of course. If it had been my home, my family, I would have wanted to avenge them. So the kid wanted to come in and help them out, and they're like, "No, you're a kid. Stay back." Like he's back with the horses, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of sits this one out, even though there's something mysterious about this kid. And of course, we run into, you got to have the scene where one of the guys that's been around for forever, you got to have the first sacrifice, And here we have the obligatory fuck, which, did you notice in the main book they don't say fuck? They censor that out.
Yeah.
But in every other book,
like Wu-Tang.
It's weird, because every other book I see, like Nick's had the word fuck in it.
Yeah.
There was like Sam and Twitch, you just write out there, but for some reason the main Spawn book edits out the word fuck. It's just interesting they decided to do it with every single other book. Why not just do it with the main book? I don't mind it, like, to me the censoring of the words is classic, so it works for me. But yeah, but poor Sherman gets taken out by the Last of Us demon.
Good gesture.
Yeah, not bad. I think it's kind of lackluster on the demon designs. Again, I don't know what I would be expecting, to be honest. I couldn't sit here right off the bat and just tell you what I think that they should look like, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more.
Legend.
Now the whole Well, I mean, the whole thing about this is that the people in the town got turned into these things, right? So they have to resemble humans a little bit as they've been morphed and turned into like these creatures. We do have one of our members jumping in here. One member of the panel, Mr. Zachary.
What's up, man?
Zach is back.
Dude,
Zach is back.
Sorry, I thought it was for 9:30, and I took that as an opportunity to finish writing my submission form for Ripascend for.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that a little bit about the big news. But yeah,
so now we're talking about naked people.
Naked demon.
So I do have some things to say about this book, actually.
Catch us up to this point, but don't go into spoilers like you always do.
Yeah.
All right, so Medieval Spawn. Honestly, I really, really, really liked this book. I love this style of art. The art is very angular. It's pointy. That's the kind of style of art that I've always been favorable to lean towards, because even my art in some aspects, I like to point it to an edge. So I really thought that was cool. The storytelling really is fluent with this. I was never lost. I thought the writing was pretty good for what it was for first issue. I had questions, and I had a lot of I had some things that I'm forgetting the word. It's skipping on the word, but things that I'm thinking about that's not quite there. It won't be answered until the next issue. I like how the boy is considered a mystery. Like everything revolves around this kid. I think the kid may be a demon, or he may be.
Gotta be something, yeah.
He may be. I was thinking about it. He may be his. What's that? The person who becomes the better version of you, who supersedes you. There's a word for
I'm Sean Ahrendt.
It's something like that. It's like maybe he becomes a better medieval knight. Like he takes on his role. He takes it away from him.
Oh, you think he might be the future medieval Spawn?
Maybe, but
the successor? Is that what you're?
Yeah, that's the word. Maybe he will be his successor.
Interesting thought.
I mean, like the way it's written pretty cool, and I like how instead of cramming this fucking information down my throat, they really just say, you know what, throw them in the middle of the snow. These villagers, they catch this kid because one of the guys that he rides with noticed him off the mountain ridge or whatever, and he's like, all right, take the kid with us. And they kind of like and then they bring him back to the village, and they kill one of the wizard guys that used to be part of their group, but then he like spanned off and became mad driven. I like the book.
Wait, where was this?
I think the wizard guy, wasn't he part of the group? That I took.
Are you going into spoilers where we haven't got to yet, Zach?
No, wait.
You sure?
No,
we just got into the village. We just got into the village.
Okay, all right.
Come on, dude.
I'm so sorry.
Every time.
But Zach needs a time machine.
But no. Honestly, this book is. I give this book a 10.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Throwing out the ratings before we get there.
Because you got to look at it. The colors are on point. They don't.
Colors pretty decent.
The guy doesn't overcolor anything. He just gives it just enough rendering where he lets the line art speak for itself. Nothing. You could see everything has a dynamic point to in every single panel, and even in the simplest panels, there's a lot to look at, and I really enjoy it.
There's some pretty good storytelling. Again, I have to overlook the fact that I'm not a big fan of the art style because that's just not what I like. But there's some good storytelling beats. Like I don't get thrown off by the storytelling by the artist, so that's good. That means he's doing his job. The story flow is pretty good. I think the pacing is pretty good. There's definitely a mystery here. He's so far so good. Let's jump back into the book. So Sherman, he gets gutted by the first demon that comes through, and now the fight is on. Here we go. And this is basically just one of those, I don't want to say tropes, one of those scenes you see where the hero and his men are getting attacked. They're outnumbered, and he's basically going to start losing some people here. But we see the entire town of 200 people have all been turned into demons. And here we go with that Last of Us, Resident Evil, kind of horde, not really Walking Dead, but horde of demons, zombie, whatever these things are, which are like just coming out, storming them. I really like this panel a lot. The silhouettes in the foreground, and then the demons coming in the mid and the background, coming forward at you. This next panel of Mutable Spawn is like, show no mercy. I'm like, you guys are 4 people. Again, the red shirts as who is it that said that? Who is it that said the red shirt? Dennis Kelly was like the red shirts of Star Trek in the background. Like, yeah, all these guys like, dude, you know we're extras in the story, right? Like, maybe we should run.
He's like, we're streaking. Like, what? No. Show some restraint. Like, let's have a plan.
Yeah. So, but again, decent art. I don't mind it at all. No matter what the outcome is, I knew that there would never be another village here. Like, okay.
Maybe he's in real estate.
I guess, yeah, we'll take out all these demons. Nobody's ever gonna, settle here again. Basically, they're actually doing a pretty damn good job, though. Medieval Spawn just cutting through these guys like a hot knife through butter. His red shirts behind him, the 2 that are left, are doing a decent job of holding up. Some good action scenes. Yeah. The rot had set in too deeply, and the land itself blighted by dark magic and rendering it uninhabitable. Okay, it was the dark magic. There you go.
Well, by then, I would have ran away and just burnt it all to the ground.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Like, set it all off like a perimeter fire and let it go. You could have saved your guys. Could have saved Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff, Sherman, poor Sherman. Yeah. It's always got to be a Sherman.
The Shermanator.
It's the only thing I had about this scene. The fight scene is good, but I don't know if you needed all of this dialogue in here, just talking about how the village is wasted. It almost seemed like too much filler, just reading something to read.
Well, this is definitely a writer's book where, no offense to the writer, but there's certain writers that want to prove they're writers, so they'll overwrite the writing, and it's just like, it kind of takes the beating. What? Fuck. It takes the beats out of it to a degree, like it's a standstill.
Well, I look at this, right, where the action is definitely speaking for itself. So even if you could take the words out, and it would be just as fine.
Yeah, give you a couple sound effects,
Yeah, I mean, but like we're gonna look at it, we look at it like we're gonna breeze through this page if there was no words. So if you had to put any words, I find it very fascinating that the writer picked the fact that nothing's gonna grow kind of in the area, because I was thinking like, okay, so if this man is probably in England, I don't know where exactly.
Yeah, it's England. It's England of 1443. Yeah, England 1443.
Yeah,
the
so
year
like
1443.
So if he's in England slow, you bring it up to like current spawn speed. What is in England that would be like this event be referenced to as a location spot? Like, does it matter? Is it like one of those spots where one of those portals that Spawn closed off in issue 300? Like that was one of the locations.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good. I get that. I see where you're coming from with that.
Is this one of the dark areas of the world that Spawn can grow in his power, just kind of build up, because it's one of the darkest spots on Earth because of how deep the evil is set in. I don't know. It really does. It kind of adds a little bit to the Spawn lore without doing it, and kind of giving the viewer just some food for thought.
That's not a bad thought, Zach. And I'm glad you brought that up, because originally it does not make sense to me. Like if I was writing it, I would describe the action. I'd describe the demons. I'd be going into some descriptive stuff while you're seeing the action going. But that makes sense. Maybe they are setting that up a little bit. I didn't think about that with the dead zones or future gates or whatever this is that maybe this event has kind of caused in the future. That's a good thought. I like that. YSA is in the house. Says, so what's the link amongst all the spawns? Is there a link?
Spawn. Todd McFarlane.
I mean, they're just soldiers for Malbolgia at the time.
Most
they're
of them,
Malbolgia soldiers. That's all it is.
I think the only one that has nothing to do with Malbolgia was Gunslinger.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I think he had a different, a little bit of different origin, different master.
Would that be like a different realm then? Wouldn't that master be operating under Malbolgia either way?
Possibly.
Because it is very, it's strongly indicated that Malbolgia as a ruler before Spawn killed him, which was a heavy moment in hell up until that point.
That's true.
All his spawns were a result it's a byproduct of Malbolgia's creation to combat against heaven. It was Malbolgia's design. So, I don't know, man. Like, unless that got retconned, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, and you never know. I mean, there's been enough years where there's been some retcons. We know that. Sheldon Martin said burning the village probably wouldn't be worth medieval Spawn's power meter. Sherman wasn't worth it. Like, that's a good point. Like, poor Sherman, sacrificed for the power meter. Man, I would have slapped some commentary from the characters. Like, I'm counting. They aren't that scary. Yeah, do some Lord of the Rings. 21. I'm at 27. I got to.
Dude, this is the thing I have as for me. I struggle with sometimes because I'm always so apt to detail as much as I can. And this artist in this panel, for example, he's putting a lot of figures in there. But you zoom in on those figures, man, half of them don't even have fucking faces. Like, they don't have hands. Some of them don't have feet. And it's just enough where it's actually pretty dynamic no matter what. And
it's still dynamic for sure. But I mean, like, it's a small enough panel. Like, that panel in the actual comic book is this big.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, where am I? It's that big.
When they learning how to pull back.
Yeah. So I mean, we get to see a nice zoomed in with the digital here, but that's a lot of detail in the small panel. It works. It definitely works. All right, here we go. So we do see Spawn use a little bit of his power, although they don't really allude to it too much because they're still talking about, it would be a grave and nothing more until the end times. Again, a lot of description about nothing's going to grow here anymore. And again, Zack bringing that up makes a little bit more sense. I can see why you're going into that kind of description. But at the time I was reading this, I was like, why are we focusing so much on this, village and nothing being here? And he obviously uses some kind of power here where he sticks his sword in the ground and, takes all these demons out or, blasts them away. But we don't really have a description of it. We don't have any sound effects. I thought that could have been done a little bit better there. Art is fine, but just to show the reader what's going on,
See, the thing that sucks with me, that I kind of kick myself in the ass, is what's
going on?
No, like, because it's relevant to this. Where there's probably quite a few number of things that are sprinkled into these Spawn books where they're probably referencing moments from, I don't know, somewhere between Spawn issues like 120 to 180, 190.
Could be.
And then from like issues like 200 to 260, 270. And a lot of it comes from like 300 and above. So I don't know, man. It's just tough because I kind of dipped off at the like 185. I kind of dipped off at that point. And I was reading in between issues from issue 100 to like 180, like in between stuff.
Yeah, I was same with me. Like, there's giant gaps that I've missed. So some of this stuff, if it's referencing, I don't catch it. Dennis Kelly says, Joe, you have to channel the inner Keith David when you do the Spawn. I cannot do an impression or impersonation of him. I can do like my kind of off Batman voice, and that's really all I can do. But I'll work on it. He's got a pretty badass voice.
Actually, you know what's funny? Out of all the for my own character, my own alien character, the voice actor for Spawn was an actor I would love to have voice my character.
Oh, there you go. Sheldon Martin said the artist makes the layouts look pretty dynamic. He's got that down. Yeah, like storytelling wise is really good. Like it flows good action, leads the eye as well. My thing just comes back to it's not my particular style, and I'll still tell you guys what I think my style, what I would like to have seen in this book.
Let's stop. Stop. Scroll back. You see that fucking alien's face on the right? He's like, ah.
Right here.
No, scroll down. The red panel, the background panel, where the guy's slicing them.
Right here.
That reminds me when I tried to tell Mark's kid to bite his ear in public so we get free hors d'oeuvres.
I like the scene because this is kind of tropey, right? You got the most badass dude, all in armor, powered up, as we know, Hellspawn and his buddies in little to no armor, only human, are like, press on, John. We'll hold them as long as we can.
Yeah, we got you.
we got you. You go do what you got to do, and we'll hold off the demons. I'd be like,
what is he shooting?
Well, it speaks on. It's
a downward blast effect.
So him saying that really does show that he doesn't feel like he's above them. That he sees himself more as an equal to them.
No, I think you missed it. They're holding all the demons off so he can go do
spawn shit.
Whereas he's the guy who should be like, hold on a second, guys, get behind me. I'm gonna massacre all these demons.
So that means that here. So that says a lot about this Spawn's character.
He's a
if
cunt.
It was Al, if it was Al, he would have been like, "Nah, fuck you guys. You're gonna sit here. I'll take care of this shit." Right? Whereas the medieval
that's
Spawn,
what you would do.
Yeah.
Right. But medieval Spawn, he's under the impression and the belief that his squad can take care of themselves. As
he is firmly wrong.
I don't know. Whether or not you can agree or disagree with it, it is a character trait that could be his downfall. For example, right in the beginning of the book, he's like, "I should have never trusted that boy. I should have never done it, and it's gonna bite me in the ass." You see him do it again, and within that panel, he's like, "Hold him off. We'll do what we can over here. Keep doing what you're doing." So that tells me that his confidence or his trust, quote unquote, in other people tends to be his crutch, which is why he probably didn't last as long as he did as a Spawn.
That could be because I'm telling you, if I just lost Sherman, you know what I'm saying? If I just lost a Shermanator in 2 seconds and he'd been with me for forever, I'd be kind of like, I kind of want to protect the rest of my buddies, Sherman's already dead. He's gone.
My bad. Look, we'll regroup. We'll get back later. Go for the fucking hills. Shout out to Iron Maiden. Run to the hills.
Run to the hills.
I will take care of this because I am a soldier of hell.
Run to the hills.
I
can't do it. I can't do Iron Maiden.
Yo, shout out to Iron Maiden. They keep getting nominated every year for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're like, please just stop doing that. What are you guys doing?
All right. What's the chat saying real quick? I already got that. Let's see. What I find a little disappointing is all the digital inking. Yeah, and that's the norm nowadays. That is just a popular norm, and it all has a similar look, similar line weights, and I think that's the biggest thing. Not all of them. There's some guys that do some really good digital, not type 1, really good digital inks that's hard to tell. Cell Regula does a really good job when you see some of his work. But a lot of the modern day artists, the line weights are all
the same.
All the same. And I think that's the problem with it. Zach, you got a little bit of an echo.
Oh, my
They're
bad.
all the same. You're good, man. And I think that's one of the things that bothers me. The dynamics. Yeah, dynamics not there.
And finally, here's Theodore.
Okay. Finally, we get back to Joffrey Ichabus. What's his name?
No, Dingledorf is the main bad guy. The guy that we don't see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Braxis. We haven't got to him yet. But this is, what's this guy's real name? It's Joffrey, what did I say?
Theodore.
Theodorus. Yeah. Joffrey Fitzroy. I was way off. Samsonite. I was way off. Joffrey Fitzroy. We finally get to the guy that stole the amulet. And here we go. Medieval Spawn is going to figure out what the hell is going on, and he gets blasted right off the beginning, showing this guy is somewhat of a badass, even though he does look like, an old
baker.
An old baker. He just looks like an old baker. Nothing special. And we get this line here where he's like, Oh yeah. Unless, have you heard the screams drawn you here, or with the screams drawn you here as well? He's basically sounding. He's a cursed guy, just like medieval Spawn, and he keeps hearing the screams. And we get into this backstory that he talks about, where this is him as a younger man. He's hearing the screams of all the people he killed in the service of the king that just won't die down. It's just tormenting him, right? And he stole this amulet because this god, this demon god Braxis, has promised that if you release him into this reality, that he will make the screams stop. And so he's basically being manipulated to let out this kind of, ancient demon god, right, Zach? You're muted, my friend. Oh, Zach, we need to buy you a better mic.
All right. $75 super chat for Zach so we can get him a proper mic.
Yeah, $100 maybe. We'll just give him a blue Yeti for a good $100. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
No, you were right. It was like, some goofy ass god, some stupid god.
So he's like, it is kind of funny. He's like, months ago, I found my mind besieged by the screams of all those who had died by my hand. And since that day, I have had no peace. And he's like, and your solution is to add 200 more lives to that tally? Like, yeah, might as well just kill some more people. Said, no, it was necessary sacrifice. But Abrexis, I don't know how you pronounce that, but
Dingledorf.
Dingledorf has assured me that they will all be revived upon my return. So already very disillusioned, like, I'm going to turn them all to demons. We're going to sacrifice them so that you can be released, but then you're going to make everything okay. Yeah.
Definitely cultish, because he's like, just drink the Kool-Aid and we'll all be cool.
Yeah.
Not him go, who's Abraxas? Like, I actually chuckled at that, because he's like, he squints his eyes like, well, who's Abraxas?
who's Abraxas? Kayla Adrienne said that motherfucker with the most armor is supposed to be in front. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
He's like, look at the dude. He's a freaking tank. His guys behind him, his merry men, barely dressed at all. He's just like, you guys, you do that. I'm gonna
lost Sherman.
Go after Sherman.
For this fucking coward.
Yeah, we lost Sherman for this. The line weights are dead lions. Whoa, dead line art. Oh, wow. There you go, man. All it came together.
None of these artists and writers are going to come on this channel.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to disagree with the line weights, right? But let's all sit here. Dude, I'm not gonna. Let's all not pretend that we've opened up a Marvel or DC book, right? And we've seen, like, the minute we open it up, the inking is so obvious that they're just inking it digitally.
That's what Dennis Kelly brought up earlier.
Yeah,
he was saying, like, this. Maybe this was before you popped on. I can't remember, but he said it reminded him of, like, anything you see in DC or Marvel these days, and it's that style. It's that just kind of digitally inked, quick style, and it doesn't, like, the thing I loved about the 90s art, and I can't go any episode that we have of anything without mentioning the 90s, is because there was dynamic in the line weights that made everything more dynamic and just pop off the page, when that was an inking style, and how you do vary the line weights, thick, thin, all that kind of stuff. And this is just solid line weights all the way around. And I think that's kind of what takes me out of it, throws me off.
But more importantly, what you're going to get in the pages of Type 1 is life, luxury, and fucking essence of 90s. So join Team Type 1.
There you go. I like it. All right. Okay, here's my big question. Same thing that Medieval Spawn has. Who is Abrexis? And this guy's just like, let me tell you.
He's like, I love him.
This man's got that Gordon Ramsay chef's kiss. He's like, he's the master.
Where's his eyes?
He's they're rolled back now or something. I don't know.
Is he blind?
My master, he is a god who has been imprisoned in another realm for centuries. He came to me in a vision and promised to undo my mistakes in return for my freedom. You see, this village sits at a point where the barriers between realms are weak. Okay, I guess that goes back to your point, Zach. I must have forgot. I only read this once. So that's why they waxed poetic about the whole village as they're doing the fight there to kind of set up that line right there. So that makes sense.
I can kind of see this guy, like he's like the blind guy from Robin Hood, and he's talking to
Men in Tights.
Well, I'm gonna get into that too.
Oh,
when we get talk to Morgan Freeman's character, and he says what he is, he's just totally repulsed.
Yiddish.
Yeah, then you get to like Men in Tights. He's like, you know what he says? He says, "No, a chew." Sorry.
Yeah.
What's that movie? That medieval movie where it's a comedy. It's like one of the biggest comedy movies of all time. Where it's like a knight like gets his arms or head blown off, and they're all laughing.
Oh, Monty Python. Monty Python. I can speak.
Yeah, Monty Python. So this villain looks like one of the guys from Monty Python. This is like the result of what happened to him afterwards. Like,
Todd is never coming on this channel.
He's like fuck these guys.
He's like, oh, I don't know my bud's bud.
Thomas Healy was like, it was a mistake to ever come on and talk to these guys.
Probably he probably would like write a tweet. He's like, listen, not everyone's gonna like these books, and that's okay.
It is okay. You know, that's a funny thing. Like, I give the biggest shout out to that. Like, I think that's great marketing because you are making books and trying to find different audiences and making different ideas for different people, and not everybody's gonna like that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're giving a variety out there, and who likes it is gonna like it. You know, like I think that's good marketing. In my opinion, I think it's good because you're not getting on the fans for not liking something because, hey, they've got 2 other books, 3 other books, 4 other books that they could like, even though they don't like particular book, you know? So I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, he also probably looks at it in a different kind of way where he's like, he got to tell some of the best stories he's always wanted to tell with Spawn, right? And he's also still constantly has a hand dipped into the Spawn water whenever he wants to do something with it, whenever he feels like he wants to do with it. And all these titles are coming out like faster than he wants it to be. And I honestly, at this point, he's kind of like, you know what? I'm happy with where this is going. So I'm completely humbled at the fact that people are going to hate it. People are going to love it, but it doesn't fucking matter because I got to tell the things that I wanted to do the things that I wanted to do with it. And he's just living life, bro.
Hey, I agree with that.
Don't you be the voice of reason on this show.
No,
I got jokes.
I got jokes. He's probably in the corner of his like room, like in his bedroom, like crouched, like the like, like the Lord of the like the my precious, but he's holding like scolded molds from like the new figure, and he's like, trying to figure out in the dark, and his wife is like turning on the light. He's like, "Come on, Todd, it's time to eat." Like,
I think that even though some of these spin-off books haven't landed with me personally, I like to see that the universe is expanding because I think it's the best thing going on in Image right now. Besides some of the Ghost Machine stuff that has been going out, that's been pretty good. Ugh, excuse me. All right, back to this real quick. Paul Sarge says, "'Tis but a flesh wound." You got that the echo back, Zach. $100 donation, guys, and we'll get Zach a proper mic
and a time machine.
No, honestly, I think this headset is like near the end of its life. So
yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Oh, here, wait for it. Wait. It's like the voice of God. Wait.
There's a super chat, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. Sheldon Martin for $10 says, "Don't be a displaced homeowner by type 1. Hashtag justice for Sherman." I love it. Where's my rim shot? Yes.
Oh, that was magical.
That was awesome. That was beautiful.
I love you.
That was beautiful. All right. What does he say up here? He says, and the power amulet that he'd stolen and killed those guards for was the ability to open up a portal between the world and Abrexis' prison. He says, "You fool, you have no idea what you have done." I don't know why that went like a little Japanese there, but that's where it went. Canceled. So we get this. I don't know what this is. This. What the hell is this? It's like a stretched out ball sack, kind of. Texture
the
with the sword.
Incarnation of bat wings as a sword.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's the bat wings. Yeah, completely spread out, shaved. For her pleasure.
With some like wart like scars.
Oh, good lord. A little bit of herpes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my
All right, I hold the phone, hold the stream, because
Tell
this
me about
guy,
it.
Michael E. Pritchard, he said the most fucking badass shit that absolutely I agree with.
Tell me about it.
Barbarian Spawn drawn by Simon Bisley definitely does need to happen. I
My
back that 1,000%.
Okay, here we're gonna get
I like
to
covers.
after this book is done. I want to talk about what art style we would have liked to have seen with this kind of particular story. That kind of leads me to I wouldn't have said Bisley, but yet I wouldn't disagree with it either. But I have an idea of what this should have been, and I think it was a fail on the art direction.
I
As it goes.
thought that said Barber Spawn.
Oh, a barber spawn. Yes. Do a barber spawn. Now we
like a barber shop. Like they all come in, just talk about their tales. Just like
Dude,
coming to America.
all right, Sean, you're on to something, bro. Like somebody's gonna have to draw a spawn barbershop, like
Right?
In hell or something. All the spawns are there, just
this
like
is perfect.
And where like maybe Al is like in one chair, he's like, and I cut Malbolge's head off. And then like you got another guy's like, telling his story or whatever. Fuck, he's like, some guy hanged me from a tree. Like fucking, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I lost all my limbs at one point, and then another one's like, me too. Like, and then you got like a spawns reading newspapers.
I feel like some dude with a skull face shot me in the face, and then they retconned it for a chick.
Like,
what's worse than that? I was killed by a badass dude, and they retconned it for a chick.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, like maybe you can get that artist who does the spawn kills everybody.
There you go.
Cover like I think that would be fucking perfect.
Hey, if you see that idea ever used, you remember that it was sought up here,
right
first,
here
on the Spawn Review, episode 39.
Yeah, call him Cassius Clay.
Rick said it was nice knowing you guys. I know, canceled. You can't do the Japanese. You can't do the Japanese language.
We just gave Toddy a new franchise, so we're good. We're good.
You know what? If Todd's listening, he wants to use it. You go ahead and use it. Just come on the show and talk to us about it. That's all.
Yeah.
He cuts more than hair. The Batwing sword. See?
Right?
See? It's catching on. We got Black Spiders in the house. What's up, my dudes? What's up with you, man? Hope all is well. By the way, we have over 115 people watching, 98 over on X, 17 on YouTube. If you guys haven't yet, wherever you're at, please hit the like button, share it out, let people know you're live, or we are live. Come to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Please drop this link into other people's chats, tweets, Facebook pictures. Like let them know that we are doing the Lord's work. Maybe Malbolge's work, but somebody's Lord.
Something doing something. Flying Pin. I don't know if I've seen that name here in the chat before, but welcome. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to the channel. It says, I don't want to say anything as it is what got me into Spawn, but that Billy Kincaid variant of the little girl that had me jarred a little bit. Oh yeah, classic. Spawn number 5.
No. Variants. So are you new?
Yeah, he did say variant, you dummy.
Oh.
What was that? Was that like a Latin fart?
The laugh?
Yeah.
No, I missed that. Okay, my bad. So you talking about the Shirley Johnson?
Yeah, probably. Afro.
Oh, that Shirley Johnson cover is awesome.
Listen,
dude.
Curse of Shirley Johnson is going to be killer when that comes out in May. That's a book we are going to cover here, and it's going to be amazing.
Really hope.
I hope it doesn't.
That book is great. I'm just like I'm going to be so disappointed if something gets fucked up in that. Like,
oh, me too. And I think it's going to be good. I don't even have a worry about it. I think we're going to pick it up, and it's going to be 10 out of 10 for everybody. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm that confident in that book of all the Spawn books coming out this year. Dennis Kelly said, have a great rest of the show, guys. I have to get back to coloring magic. Hail you, brother.
No, you don't. You could just fucking listen to us as you color magic. Like, you don't have to watch us look good. And
that's true.
talk.
You can just listen. That's right.
Just listen and color.
All you need is love. I mean, my voice. Blue Boy Comics is in the house.
Blue, you're my boy.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. All right, back to the book. Fighting with the Batwing sword against medieval Spawn. Once Abrexis arrives, it will restore every life I have taken. False. He will silence the screams. You've been deceived, Fitzroy. Why'd they change his voice? You've been deceived, Fitzroy. As soon as the portal opened, your master would have been released. And once you had served his purpose, he'd abandon you. Here's the biggest complaint I have with the book here. As he kind of takes
hold on. I'm sorry. He looks like the guy that betrayed the gargoyles.
I'd have to go watch it again. It's been a second since I've seen that.
Go.
He has this kind of, he throw up a little magic sign here as he's trying to take out Spawn, and this big explosion happens. Abrexis will fix this. He will free me. He will. Okay. Floomp. And then a arrow comes out of nowhere, right in the eye, and this kid, who can't remember his name, takes him out. Dunzo. Oh, Richard. Dick.
That makes sense.
He's a dick. There you go. Like, he should have killed him, as we find out in the end of the book. Yeah, Richard later would tell me that he had only waited a few moments before following us while we battled the creatures. He had been able to sneak through the village undetected. Yeah, because the merry men were fighting all the demons.
We lost Sherman.
Sherman was sacrificed. Poor Sherman. Hashtag justice for Sherman.
God bless dead.
At the end, he says, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be free of the screams just for a moment. I understand, Fitzroy. I hear them too. We are both of us damned. But the damned don't get to forget their mistakes. And he runs him through. I do like this. This is a good scene. This is good.
He's like, oh.
I don't know what kind of sound effect you're supposed to use there.
Yo, Joe, man, you doing that Gawcock 3000 back there? Like,
oh shit!
The what?
How would you know?
I don't know.
What's a Gawcock 3000?
You spent too much time in Vegas, my friend.
What did Jay do to you?
I know. What did Vaughn do to you? I saw those pictures. I saw those pictures.
Him and his duck lips. He's like, "Come to Papa."
Oh hell no!
Now take your ball sack sword back to hell. All right, takes him out. Fitzroy is dead. Brought into the horrors that laid waste his village. Yet I knew that there was only the beginning of our journey. The hunt for Abrexis still lay ahead of us. I'm going to cover this here in a second. And my major problem with this book, and I did like this, but I have a major problem with this whole thing right here. But first, we needed to mourn the dead. What? Why do you mourn the dead? Just burn them.
Why not just pay your respects by looking at them and then turning around and go home?
Yeah, take your helmet off for a second. Get the hamburger face and put it right back on. Richard here says, I want to help you destroy this demon. Can I join your mission? I know I'm just a boy, but I'm just a boy, but you have more than proven yourself today. Did he though?
He was fucking late.
He was late to the fight. Took a cheap shot. Whatever. If it's what you wish, I would certainly train you as my squire. He's like, I do. Very well. We'll begin in the morning.
He's like, butter up.
So I spoke to Fitzroy of the mistakes, and indeed, across my long life, I have made many. Few haunt me as much as my decision to train Richard, though. Like right after that, he's like, I'll train you as my squire. I wish I hadn't trained him as my squire.
Like done and fucked up.
Yep, that was a mistake. Fucked up. If I had known what was to come, all the pain and suffering that that decision would unleash, I would have snuffed the life out of that boy there and then.
It sounds like a bad gay porn plot. Not that I would know.
But
I don't look.
Imagine.
As much as I'm poking fun and having a fun time, because sometimes you just gotta have fun. I'm here with my buddies. We're having a good time. I like the story. It's a good setup. I don't even mind the fact that you're setting up this kid as this mystery. Like, we're looking at this innocent kid, and the rhetoric here is that there's something really bad about the fact that he took this kid on, and it's going to cause pain and suffering. We have no idea what that is. It's a good setup for a story going forward.
As much as Dumbledore.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
wait, Dumbledore, or is it he who should not be named?
Yeah, that guy. Like
who's that? Harry Potter nerds. Who's that guy? Voldemort.
Yeah, so he's Voldemort. he shot the bread maker in the eye. Like he took him out just at the right time. You know, like this kid's Dumbledore.
Sean says you will never take the place of Sherman.
Nobody
ever.
will.
Nobody will. Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
you don't get past the loss of a Sherman.
Yeah,
All
that's
right?
a trooper. That's a soldier.
Yeah, I'm very sad that Sherman is done. Now get over here and squire up. Oh shit. Damn. So that is Medieval Spawn #1. I want to show you this badass black and white cover by McFarlane and what's his face? Whatever his face is. There we go. I did not get this in my shop. I wish I did because I would have got it. I was a little disappointed they didn't bring this cover in because this is the black and white to this main cover, and this is sick as hell.
That's
so
great
awesome.
Digital inking.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, right here. This is some good digital line weights to it. And that's the thing right here. That makes all the difference in the world. Look at the line weights.
It's raw.
They're
like
there.
It's
thick, thin. Like it sticks out. It's dynamic. There you go, people. That's
not
the difference.
Perfect. Like it's kind of bad, but put together, it's really good.
Well, because we know that Todd does most of his art all digital now, right? And so this is McFarlane inking over Matina.
Yeah.
So you got Matina's layout there. It's probably a very loose layout. McFarlane went in and just doodled the hell out of it like he usually does, and McFarlaneizes it. But it's so awesome. I mean, what do you think, Zach? I mean, this is beautiful.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, you don't have to fucking ask me like what I think. That thing is top notch.
So much detail.
Imagine having to fucking draw that every panel, dude. Like, oh my god,
that's no excuse.
Brutality.
Well, yeah, that'd be crazy.
It would take you a week to do one page, like one page.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, hell yeah! If you're trying to do detailed like that all the time, absolutely. The original cover of this is great. The kind of painted colors, I love it. But when you actually see the line work, you lose all of this badass just texture and detail that Todd puts into everything, and that's what just is unique about what Todd does. Kind of like the Mickey stuff. You know, they all work together during the 90s and everything. Chance Wolf as well. They're all very good at adding all this kind of just crazy, just texture line work that grits everything up. And oh man, yeah, this is gorgeous. I wish I got this cover. Yeah. Holy smokes, says Sheldon Martin.
I love you.
Oh shit, damn. There you go. You got this echo going on again.
Dude, I'm sorry. It's really my mic. I gotta get a new one. Help me out.
Follow the author. Oh, I can follow Roy McConville. I'm gonna do it. Look at that.
What has he done?
I don't know. Oh, he wrote this book. You know, this is my Kindle version. You know, I've been enjoying Kindle lately. Now that I've figured it out, the old Comixology is now Kindle. So here's that cover painted. Still looks badass, right? But just so much of the line work detail has just been taken away. Like, look at it, all the grits, all the texture. It's all gone.
I think Todd just drew over this.
You think he drew over this? I think I think that whoever painted over this. Who did the fucking cover colors of this? Oh shit! Let me just go down. I've got the digital copy right here. Right. It does not say.
No, it does.
Where?
Oh, cover artists.
Oh shit! Right there. No, it doesn't say the colors though.
Oh, well, yeah, true.
That's what I wanted.
Maybe Francisco did it.
Oh, that could be. I don't know, but regardless, both badass covers. This is a great painted cover.
I'm gonna try to merge them. Hold on.
Oh shit! Yeah, do it. I'm interested to see what you're gonna come up with there. While you're doing that, let's discuss this for a second. Christopher Bouchard says, I'm back. The first issue was awesome and can't wait for another 3 issues. Are you talking about this? I'm back first. What? Am I reading this wrong?
I'm back. The first issue was awesome and can't wait for the other 3 issues. I'm just giving you a Jersey accent because I've never had the pleasure of talking to you.
Well, hell yeah, brother.
I'm sorry, but segue. My brother-in-law tried to do like a cool like picture.
The hell kind of face are you doing, Zach?
And
Unmute before you talk.
And then I put a picture of like Harry Anderson's like face by his eyes and sent it to my sister, and it just opened up in my sketchbook, and I laughed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me dive into the overall thoughts of this issue. Me personally, good book, good start. I had some questions. Here's my questions. It felt like an issue 2 because we got thrown right into the story, which again, I said this at the beginning of the show. I don't mind that kind of storytelling. I do it with Reaper Destroyer, but there was a lot of questions I had that didn't really make sense, and it kind of some points kept me from getting really into the story. I'm not happy that they killed Sherman. I'm just saying.
That's my guy.
One of the biggest issues I had was that we did not see a Brexis. I'm saying, like, if you're going to introduce a big baddie like that, Sean and I were talking before we went live, like Spawn issue 1, we see Malbolgia at the very end. We at least just get a tease of the character coming up, the big bad that Spawn's going to have to deal with going forward, and that set up the story and the anticipation of seeing that character. I think when you fought this Joffrey Fitzroy character, he wasn't a big enough bad for the first issue to just have that be it. He's defeated and we moved on. They brought this character of Brexis in by name. They should have at least shown some shot of him to set up that they are tracking this character down, that he's going to be a significant threat. We should have seen an awesome character design. That's my biggest issue with it. I give the book a 7 out of 10. Which is not a horrible rating. It might sound bad, but I did like it. But I give it a 7 out of 10 for 2 reasons: the art and the fact that we didn't see a Brexis. What do you think, Sean?
I'm with you. I'll give it a 6.5. I really would like to see a Dumbledore there. Maybe like a cool visual of like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. The bread maker or Theodore, he could have had a cooler armor as well. Not bad jumping in, feeling like it was a number 2, which is cool, you know.
And they killed Sherman.
And they fucking killed Sherman, who has my heart. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like. But anyway, I give it like a 6.5. I'm with it. I gotta be more realistic with saying how I feel and say, be like, I love it. It's not Brett Booth, you know, like everything Brett Booth does. Like, the story may be lackluster. Why am I using that word so much?
Why?
I blame Jim Lee and Scott Williams. But no, I give it like a 6.5. But I'm still looking forward to the next few issues. So
I still recommend that people go out and get this, even though it's a little bit lower scores. It's still better than some of the it's it's a lot better than some of the other books. I think it's got an interesting story. I just would like to see it fleshed out a little bit different, and I wouldn't mind seeing a different art team on it. You're probably not going to get it because it is what it is, but still, I encourage people to go out and get it. All right, Zach. I know you're on a little bit different spectrum of us when it comes to this book because you already gave us a 10 out of 10. But jump into it, let us know.
I'm on a little different spectrum. No,
you my big ball.
I give it a 9.5, like close to being a 10. This is the kind of art style that I like when it comes to certain books. Now, when it comes to, like, maybe for a fantasy book, I've seen it done. Which is why I enjoyed it. I like the storytelling. It's nice to know that, like, not a lot of reading. It gets the points across, and it does it in a certain way where I can get even the character. I can tell kind of personality the medieval Spawn may or may not have. Personally, I would. There may be. I wish there was a little bit more of demon involvement. So, like, the villain that he had to kill, maybe he was infected physically by it. You know, it'd be nice to see that instead of him just being human. And he's got like the eye roll thing going, like the Undertaker thing going on.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's a good first issue. Like, I'm not disappointed about picking it up. Like, it's still, I'm like, yeah, it's a $4 type of comic for me. It's nice that even the paper quality is still just as good. The writing's pretty good along with the art. I gotta give it a 9.5. I really enjoy that art style because I see that on Spidey. I've seen it in Batman and other different characters. So, like, I dig it. Now, could it use some more line weights? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to break down the art and stuff, we could absolutely get into that. We kind of did when we were live, but no, I mean, I like that, and I like the show because we have varying opinions. I mean, who knows what would happen if Paul and Jay were here? What the varying opinions we would get of the book.
Jay would rip this shit apart, probably.
He'd be like, bro, where the fuck did that kid come from? Like, I don't trust him. And Paul would have been like squirming in his seat because we would have been shitting.
He'd be like, I'm not affiliated with them.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find. All right.
So I texted you the picture.
Oh,
you can't really tell because like the painted is so dark, and like Todd adjusted.
Oh, it's actually a lot. I mean, I could see that. Here, let me. How do I do this? Let me share it with everybody. Here we go. Let me bring that up on my computer. All right, the question I want to ask you guys: if you could pick a different artist, and I don't need you to go all like Silvestri or like some goat name for an artist for this book, art style. If you could pick a different art style for this book that you think fit the story better, the feel of a medieval Spawn, what would it be? Starting with Sean.
Michael Bouchard with
Ooh, yeah.
With who would it? Give me a good name.
You could do Weems, you could do Bat. I mean,
yeah. Well, one of those guys. You could do Ebass's brother. You know, but if we're gonna go heavy hitters on the ink, D-Tron, Sabal, Weems, Bat, one of those guys. Because I think he proved himself with his Top Cow shit that he could do that in that Darkness run. So I would go with Michael Bouchard.
I like that. No, that's good. That is good. Zach, what are you thinking? I know you dug the art style, but if you could choose a different one, what would you do for this style book?
Sergio Tappi.
Who?
Sergio Tappi.
Sergio Tappi is a.
Let me look it up.
He
bottom?
No, this guy, his artwork is absolutely breathtaking. It's off the chain, and I think his style would really knock out medieval Spawn. Sergio Tappi, Mark Schultz would be another one. Bernie Wrightson would be another one.
Wrightson would be,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Barry Smith would be great.
Whichever Barry Wintersmith.
Man, no, Barry Smith Conan is like.
I'm with you.
It's something.
I'm with you.
Honestly, dude, Richard Corbin would be fucking amazing as medieval Spawn. Like Richard Corbin has a very unique style, and it's so weird and off the chain that I think that would be really interesting to see for medieval Spawn.
That'd be interesting.
You gotta when I look at you, so I look at because you look at all these variations of Spawns. You have gunslingers. What kind of Western-ish type of artist would knock it out of the park? Same thing with a medieval Spawn. Whenever I think of medieval Spawn, I'm thinking of United Kingdom artists like Brian Bolland would be another great pick for it. I honestly would think that all those guys would just kill it. Like heavy metal artists.
Right.
Any one of them could fucking do it. Jay Lee, at 90s Jay Lee, dude. You should see his Namer the Samaritan stuff that he was doing at that time.
Oh yeah, 90s Jay Lee. Yeah, that'd be Liam Sharp. I could see that. Not bad. Brett Booth, of course. Brett Booth,
of course. But I got a question. Wasn't Liam Sharp supposed to be doing a medieval Spawn series? Like that's what I thought this was.
Yeah, Gerardo Safino. Yep. Actually,
I don't know.
I think another guy, Giuseppe Camuncoli, would be another great artist.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was an artist in Spider-Man Noir. He did some Spidey stuff in between. He's really good.
An old Wildstorm artist.
Oddly enough, here's an artist that you guys will probably disagree with me, but his art is fucking weird to the point where I think he'd actually pull it off. Would be Frank Quitely.
Really?
I'm a fan.
I think so. I really do think so.
He draws really good ugly people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
I like Quietly. I do. I don't know if I agree that that's Jason Fairbanks is Hail the Lore. That's not a bad. Okay, the guy I'm thinking of, style wise, I would have gone for like a Conan style of book on this. But who was that artist, Sean, that we looked at a couple years back?
Castillo.
Yes.
Yes.
That's in my
Yes.
mind, that's what I'm thinking. That artist,
Yes. Very
Castillo.
John Buscema-ish.
Yup.
Yeah. I see it.
Do that with a little bit more of like the McFarlane inks. Do that guy with McFarlane inking.
Do
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, do that.
You know what I'm saying?
here's another one, and this is like probably a fucking cop out for me, but Joe Kubert, if he was still alive.
I was
Kubert?
thinking Kubert for like,
good.
it's like, because I'm picturing that old movie House,
Mhm.
the horror movie House. If anybody's ever seen it, it goes into a Western territory. But yeah, Kubert, any of the fucking Kuberts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Adam
Adam and Andy really like their styles are very. You can tell, be like, yeah, it's a superhero style. It's the brand house. That's what that they got, right? So you can pick and choose, kind of like which type of way you want that writing direction to go. But when I read this run, I'm really getting like those old time guys, like Alfredo Alcala,
Okay.
uh Virgil Finley would be another great. If he was doing comics, dude, Virgil Finley would absolutely put him on. Put him on. Al Williamson.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's the Flash Gordon artist, I believe.
I could
go
see
on
it.
and on and on, but all those
No,
old timers would do it like justice.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of great names, and the Chaz brought up a bunch of good names as well. I would like to have seen something a little bit more detailed, a little bit more gritty, a little bit darker,
Yeah.
for this tone of book, and I think it would have been a 10 out of 10 for me with that. With the story, even the Abrexis thing that kind of Abrexis, yeah, whatever the character's name is, even with that kind of non-reveal, that might have knocked it down to a 9.5. But if you had the art style that kind of fit that tone, I think this would have been a solid 9.5 for me, at least, if you just changed the art team. And I think that's just, and maybe we're getting older, man. We talked about this before, about some of the books coming out, some of the artists being praised, and everyone's going goo gaga over. And I'm just like, it's not that kind of style that I think is comic book worthy. In fact, I think a lot of stuff is bad, and we're coming from an era of the 90s where I just still hold that kind of art style in such high regard for detail and just beautiful rendered, shadowed black, grit, texture, all that kind of stuff. To me, that's comics. And we're getting more of this kind of art style. And I'm just like, all right, maybe we're getting older. That's what it is. But I would have taken this book. If I was the art director of Todd McFarlane Productions, man, I'd be bringing in some talent to put on these books and to make it visually stunning every single time. And that's why this book fell to a 7 for me altogether, even though the story is pretty decent.
Yeah. Quick read.
So, I mean, so you look at it this right. So, like in the 90s, early 2000s, like the other type of runs that they had was Hellspawn. Sam and Twitch did have a run at that time frame, and then you had and then you had Curse of the Spawn. Those are your only type, like Hellspawn,
Turner, Mickey,
regular Spawn. Like you had those type, like Todd had the fucking best of the best at that time working on those titles, right? And you think of how much talent he's worked
for sure,
on.
sure.
So, when you get these when he picks these artists, maybe he's leaned back a little bit in giving chances to a lot of people who've done comics, but they're still trying to get a leg up a little bit in the industry.
And they're cheap.
Right. Like their prices. Yeah, exactly. So I think he's more lenient trying to get more talent into it. And I see that as a good thing because, granted, like, not everyone may be favorable to one artist to another in some of these titles now, but you're getting such a wide variety that a lot of people that are younger than us will recognize those names. And when they get older, they're going to talk about them as if they were the big top dogs. Because, like you said, we're all getting older. We're up in the age. So
you offended Sean so much by that he had to jump. He had to bounce. Like
But we're all getting older. We're getting up in the age, so we all know these names. A lot of these people that are breaking into comics, hopefully it's a good audience, like a big audience. But these artists that are somewhat new to the industry, they're jumping in. Like they're recognizing the new talent. What do they call the new guns, the young guns?
The young guns.
Yeah.
Well, to wrap that up, by the way, shout out to Skunk Snot for being here. He does bring up a great point. Stephen Platt's 90s style, the splat style done for the medieval Spawn would have been badass. That kind of stuff. Give me that dirty, give me that grit. Here is that image that Sean, he overlaid the black and white McFarlane, and this actually did come out pretty good. This brings out, I like it. Look at that. That line work, that grit. Is
now
more
it's
there.
Not centered perfectly because if you look
not
at the
perfect,
shield,
but it's
but like the legs match up. It just looks like Todd just kind of went over it, as he should.
Maybe he did. Yeah.
Like
Wait, but did the digital come out before the inks, or did he do it first and then the digital artist just?
It's hard to tell with the cover because it's so painted over that the form is there, right? The form is there, but it's so hard to tell. But I like this. I mean, Shawnee did a pretty good job of overlaying this.
We're all artists here, so like, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna bet you $1,000 that Todd did the artwork first, and then the painter just he did his colors for his version.
I mean, typically that's the way it would be done. Typically. But no, this is great. This just gives you kind of the best of both worlds right here. You still got a little bit of that painted feel. Can't I say the word? A painter feel. Painted. A painted feel. Fuck.
We went behind the bleachers and I painted her.
But you still have all the awesome detail and texture that Todd put into here with the inks and everything coming through. And this is just 1,000 times, man. Yeah, give me this cover. Reprint it with this. Pull back that look a little bit. Yeah. Good shit.
Bring back the saturate. Thank you. Just so we can see more of the lines.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Bring it back. Let's go. And
he left.
Damn.
Wow. He was so disappointed. He's like, I'm gone.
He said, wow.
Now we're going down a different rabbit hole.
I kicked myself. First, Sean was so disgusted by Zach's take. He had the dip. And now I had to think about it for a second. I was like, I can't be around for that.
No, listen. On some real shit, I know that I have some bad takes, but I think my takes was actually pretty good. Was actually
I'm
pretty
just giving you shit, man. Painterly. Don't hurt yourself. We will try not to. You've got the power now. Yeah, sometimes. Between dropping out and microphones, this is a great episode. We are here to entertain. Yeah. That's what we do. We appreciate you guys sticking with us all night long. By the way, 141 people watching all together. We have 123 over on X and 18 here in the chat. Shout out to the Core 20 for being here. Wherever you guys are watching, hit the like button, share. Come over to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button there. Subscribe to the channel. Help us grow this channel. Comment on everything that we do. If you get a chance to, comment on our shorts, comment on the clips we put out, comment on this after it's live. Just jump back in, throw a comment here or there. We'll interact with you, and we'll help grow this channel even more. Okay, let's talk about a couple things before we get out of here. One, Zach, you had an announcement today that you put out. Want to tell us a little bit about what is going on with you and your book that you are going to be launching and what you're trying to do with it? Let's go.
I didn't think that was something that was going to be brought.
It's something that's going to be brought on.
We got to talk to you after this because we are dropping dicks on tables.
Dicks on tables is what's happening.
I appreciate it. But so I had to take a step back, do a lot of the things that I was doing with art artistically, taking somewhat of a break from crowdfunding and whatnot. It's not my favorite, but I got Vaughn, I got Kayla, I got a couple other people I'm still working out with, but for the most part, I got my sci-fi comic, used to be called Voyage, now called Mondor's Rising. It's
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, like it's pretty much I took my comic back to the drawing board. I had to pretty much, Frankenstein it all over again, figure out what worked and what didn't, write it better and everything. So I got the sci-fi comic is going to be something that I'm in the middle of working with. The post that I made earlier today was the announcement that something through heavy consideration, I want to go ahead and take this comic
Sorry.
and see if I can go ahead and get it through Ripasend, pitch it to Ripasend, maybe something else, doing a different option with Eric July. I don't know quite yet because I got to talk to him about it. But I feel like making the announcement kind of makes it more official for me to be like, all right, you threw it out there. Now everybody is kind of aware about it now. So now you have to like fucking nut up or shut up and just like get it to the drafting table and start like,
I like it.
it's crunch time. So that was the announcement and how the way I wanted to present it. This is a piece that I've done previously. It's not going to be used for the book. The book that I'm doing with these guys, it's all going to be all new artwork, nothing from old. But it's something I'm super excited about because when you have an idea, Joe, when you have an idea, no matter how many times you fucking, you try it out, and if it doesn't work, you're gonna keep going in a different way until it
Yeah.
finally sticks. So
You got to.
not here to
Wait,
twist
why does he own
anybody's
me?
arms
I'm fucking
or
Sean
offend
Adams.
Huh? What? I'm not here to. I'm not causing any issues. Like, hopefully, I'm not disappointing anybody on social media. But
Who
at
gives a
the end
fuck?
at the end of the day, we're all artists and creators, and we're trying to do the best. We're trying to figure out what's the best option as us to make sure we work in the industry. And I think this may potentially be a great opportunity for me. So I want to go full send on it.
Yeah, it might be. Do what you do, man. Like explore any path you have to success. Do what you think is best for you and for the idea you have with your book. You put together a really good team. You're exploring the Ripasend, which I don't know too much about, to be honest with you. But if there is any backlash for whatever reason, I say fuck them. I don't really give a shit. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it at all. Just do what you do. Leave all that BS behind and don't worry about that. You got some good ideas. You got some great art. Let's go.
Than this Zack right here. This is really good. But I think where you're at now is like leaps and bounds. A totally different artist, illustrator. So I think if you were to do this like now or whatever, fucking go to town, baby.
I do have something. I will have within a couple months. I will have a 7 to 8 page Ashcan comic that is completely separate, but it gives a very strong impression of what this series is going to be about, who the character is. It's like a refresher without having to hit anyone over with a stick to be like, hey, this is who this is. But it's told in a great way. I have one of my buddies, he did the art, and it just needs to be lettered. And I got some pages. If you guys want, I'll show you what it looks like. But it's totally up to you. I don't want to take any more time.
No, yeah, but as long as the colorist's last name ain't Dan Kemp, you'll stay on the show.
Oh my!
I'm kidding.
I love it.
So, do I show
Inside baseball?
It's all jokes.
Sheldon Martin is saying, share the page or show the page. Share the load.
All right, share the screen.
All right, hold on a second. While you're doing that, I gotta look up. I had to reboot my computer the other day. Did an update on it, and none of my prompts are saved. So I'm gonna bring up some things. There we go. Okay, yeah. Share when you get a chance.
Gotcha. Just opening it up is all. Oh. Just had to. Of course, my laptop. Let me see if this works.
How much were prostitutes going for in Vegas?
Yeah, it's not working. I'll show it in the following week. My Mac laptop is just out of date, and it's just causing problems.
Yep, I know the feeling. Sheldon said, it's supposed to be dicks on tables. Let's see it. Pages, of course. Of course. Of course.
It's cold.
What else
here.
were we talking about?
I'm kind of embarrassed.
No, figure it out and show it next week. We'll definitely take a look at it for sure. Before we get out of here, we do have Type 1. We had some updates on that Sean was talking about.
Got a handful of pages in from Dan. We're going to be redoing this campaign in the sense of adding more books to the Ultimate 1 tier, more tiers. We're like $45 away from 10K between both platforms of Fund My Comic and Indiegogo.
Yes.
I'm like 10-ish pages away from finishing on my end. Dan's about 20 something, but we're getting there. My goal is to have this to the printers sometime mid-July and then have it in people's hands by mid to end of September. But yeah, we're getting there. I'm having a lot of fun. Full disclosure, I threw away almost 20 pages working on this fucking thing because then I see fucking Joe's doing his shit, Graves is doing his shit, and I was like, these cocksuckers are so good. So I got the game. I should have kept them. I would have been on fucking third book. But anyway, back this book. It's a fun romp, action adventure. If you like mythical shit like Mayan Aztec lore, if you like cool characters, dope ass art, this book's for you. It's got heart. Yeah. It's got everything you need in a bag of worms. So yeah. If you haven't backed this yet, please do be part of Team 1. And spam other people's chats with it. Tell them it's the best thing since like sliced bread.
Yeah, let them know.
Not keto-free bread. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, next couple of weeks, big ups for art and stuff. We got the Type 1 campaign. We got our 250th anniversary episode coming up in a couple of weeks, and our 5-year anniversary coming up in a couple of weeks. So we're just here to celebrate. We're trying to reinvigorate the channel or the show itself just to be a fun show like it used to be from Jump Street. And we're getting back to those days.
Tomorrow, we're probably going to be doing a special episode looking at Batman 159.
Oh.
We're going to do that review probably sometime tomorrow or Wednesday. I haven't figured out what day yet. I'll just keep an eye on my social media. We'll work it out. I haven't really talked to Sean specifically about it, except that we were going to do an extra show this week. And we're going to go over it because we kind of overbooked. But I wanted to take a second for him and I just to look over that and to kind of follow up what we did with 158. It's an interesting topic. It's going to be fun as always. Difference of opinions, So join us for that. We will let you guys know what's going on. We're going to get out of here, though. Out and stuff this Thursday. Dan Chichester is going to be on. We're going to be looking at Daredevil Fall from Grace. He was a writer on that, so we're going to talk about that, have a really awesome time. And then Sunday at 8 p.m., new time for the Ronan Joe Show.
New time?
I have to change some of the stuff around for my schedule, and I think the summer months, I'm going to have to change it to 8 o'clock. It just works a lot better, and maybe we'll go back to 10 in the fall. But 8 p.m. this Sunday for the Ronan Joe Show. And stay tuned. We might be having to do some time changes for the Spawn review as well. But I got to talk to everybody about that. Yeah, just some teases. But, schedule's getting in the way. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But, that's what we do because we're a team.
Andor sucked. It did.
Yo, that beginning was good, though.
We'll talk about it at some point because I got thoughts. I don't want to get derailed because we got to get out of here.
All right.
But I had thoughts. With Rip Ascend, you own everything. Ripaverse or Rip Ascend is just publishing it. The only thing I don't like about other people publishing my book is I want to see my name on that, my company name on that book. That's probably the only reason why I wouldn't do anything except for me publishing my own stuff. But I think if it's an opportunity for other people, absolutely take it. Let's go. That's it, everybody.
There's a cat. There's a cat that broke into your house.
Right behind you. Look out. It's on. Just watch out. All right. Next week, I have no idea what we're going to do. I got a couple ideas. I'm going to throw it at the group and see what you guys think. I'll tell you guys when we get there. But as always, we're going to have an awesome show. Show up. We're going to look at awesome Spawn stuff, Spawn-related stuff. It's going to be great. You're going to get this kind of entertainment that you can't get anywhere else but the Spawn Review Show and here on the Ronan Joe channel. Let's go. Let's have a lot of fun. We're going to get out of here, as I say all the time. Be good to each other. Take care of one another. And as always, picture me naked. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
What the hell are you? Spawn.
You sent me to hell, Jason. I'm here to return the favor. I feel betrayed, trapped in the grave.